do a recap of what I've said earlier. So Power Query is a, can I go on, Bisola?
Yes, please.
Okay. So like I said, today we are looking at Power Query in Excel. And Power Query in Excel is a very important tools that majority of Excel users, especially newbies, they don't even know that it exists, because the only thing that majority of us are used to is the front end of Excel, just work with your formulas and functions. So I said we have the back end of Excel, which I can say that Power Query is one of the backend. We have the VBAs, macros, but Power Query is also another backend of Excel that a lot of people doesn't know that it exists. Now, how do we get to the backend? Beside your formula bar, you will see data. When you click on the data, you will see get data. From get data, you can get data from different sources, like PDF, from Azure portal, from Azure database, even from the web. You can scrape data. You can scrape data from from online, from Google. You can scrape data into Excel using the Power Query. It is possible, but because of our short time and a lot of things that we want to show us all these data source, we can connect to Excel through Power Query. You can even, like I said earlier, you can even connect to PDF. You can use PDF. If you have a files, a structured table in rows and column. Sorry, Bisola, are you saying something? Hello, Bisola.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm hearing like a background voice, or is it from you, or you are saying something?
Okay, can you see anything now?
No, it's fine now. Okay, can I continue? Can I continue? Hello, can I continue, guys?
Yes, please continue.
Okay, so as I was saying, we have different data source, like folder, like PDF, SharePoint folder, from Azure database, SQL data, from Azure Synapse, Azure Blob Storage. We can connect data to Excel. It is not just you opening an Excel sheet and think that is the only way you can work with Excel. No, you can connect to Excel in a different format, in a different way. You understand? But like I said, I won't be able to cover, the data sources that you can connect to, in this course, because we have a lot to cover. So I believe that my colleague that is going to take you Power BI, they will touch more, they will talk more about the, connecting to data source. It is still the same stuff. It's the same interface that you have here. You also have it in Power BI. So they will talk more about, connecting to this data source, but I won't be able to talk much about it today. So now let's get started with, Power Query. So how do we get started? So where I will start from is, I know a lot of people, a lot of us, the place that we are always used to is to open Excel sheets. So I'm going to show you how you can, take data, from your Excel sheet and take it to Power Query, because I know that that's the normal way that everybody knows, the traditional way of opening Excel. So I will show us that. So I'm going to close this Excel workbook that I opened. I will close it. So I won't save this. So I will just close it. Then you can open this file. I think I sent the file to us. Text numeric. You can see this file. So let's assume that your manager or your senior colleague at work, we are now a data analyst. You see yourself as a data analyst, not just someone learning Excel. You understand? So see yourself as a data analyst now. So your boss at work just say, oh, Abisola, I have this Excel sheet and they sent it to you through via mail. They send the Excel sheet to you. They now say, Bisola, please, I have this, this document. I have the order ID, discount segment, discount band. Inside the discount band, I'm seeing some unwanted character, the segment. I think that there are some, maybe when they are doing the coding or anything, there are some, things that I don't like. I want you to help me to restructure this. Can you please help me restructure this? Now, I know for Excel users, the first thing that will come to their mind is what? Is to use, they will start thinking about, oh, as a data analyst or as an Excel developer you start thinking about how best to do this thing. There's one thing I tell people, there's no one way of achieving, things as a data analyst. The same thing that we are doing in Excel, someone else can take it to SQL to go and achieve it. Someone else can take it to Python to go and achieve it. Someone can take it to Power BI to go and achieve it. So as a data analyst, don't worry yourself about the tools. You just need to know how to achieve this thing, how to achieve this task. So now, as I am now, I'm not going to use Excel function. I know that's what Pelumi and my other colleagues have taught you how to use Excel to clean data. But I'm going to be showing you how to use Power Query to transform your data, to do your data cleaning and all. So now, if you have your Excel like this, your manager have sent it to you in this way and you want to clean it, how do you clean it? Now, like I said earlier, you go to your, so let's convert, okay, it's not even necessary, but maybe in your own version of Excel, you might need to convert this to a table. How do you convert? Just press Ctrl A, convert it to a table. In your own Excel, like I said, in your own Excel, you might need to convert it. But in my own, I don't think I need to convert it. I'll go to data. Under the data, I will go to get data and transform data. You will see just over all this thing here, you will see it one after the other. You will see it, you can see. So I have from table/range. Can you see? From table/range. Like I said, in your own case, you might not have range in your own case because me, I'm using the latest Excel. So I have table/range. In your own case, if it is just table, that means that you have to convert your range to a table. How do you convert? Just press Ctrl A. Sorry, is it Ctrl A, Ctrl T to convert it to a table. When you convert it to a table, then click on this, from table. Then me, for my own end, you can either use range or table. I will click on this. So I'm going to Power Query now. We are going to Power Query. So it's asking me, does my table has header? Yes, it has an header. So can you see now that, hey, we have another interface that is open for us? Hello, Bisola, Victor, Emmanuel, Kirabo. Can you guys see my screen? I hope you guys can see the
Yes.
you guys can see the Power Query side of things, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, thank you
So
very much.
I think at the point when you clicked on transform, I guess, I don't know if people got lost because I was saying some comment like the screen lagging, and it's actually not lagging. I think you were trying to click on transform and it probably took long to open to the next tab.
Okay. So okay, let me do that again. Let me just do that again. Let me do that again. But doing this shit. Close and load. Okay. Okay. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Okay. So let me do it again. So let me just delete this. I will just delete this table, this sheet. Okay. So this is our original data. So because I have click on the transform tab before, that's why it has changed it to, or let me do Ctrl Z if I can. If I can't change it to Ctrl Z. Okay, so it's fine. So from here, if you have your own like this, maybe you have it in table or in range, anyone that you have it. Can you confirm you can see my screen now? Bisola, Emmanuel, Victor, Kirabo, can you guys confirm you can see my screen and it's not lagging?
Yes, I can see your screen and it's not lagging.
Emmanuel, what about you? Victor, what about you guys?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because
it's fine.
yeah, the reason why I'm not calling Bisola alone, because they will say that maybe because they are working together, that's why she's supporting me. So that's why I say that let's pick one person or two person from the audience as well, so that if they are fine, the audience too should be fine. So from here, let's pick data. Now, when you click on data, like I said, just go to your get and transform data. You should see something like this, all this icon, you can pick from there. So I'm going to pick from here. So I pick the tables or range, then it takes me to the Power Query. Now you can see now that this is like another interface. This is not Excel. This is Power Query. This is what we call Power Query. And now Power Query, especially from Microsoft, it is now seen as an ETL tool. What is ETL? ETL is called extraction, transformation, and loading. The first thing you will always do is that you extract. And this is what exactly we have done. We have extracted our data. And we extracted it, and according to the manager, what they want Bisola to achieve is that you should do some transformation in the Power Query. No, Bisola can use any tools, like I said, but I choose to use Power Query to do my transformation. So now let's get started with the Power Query interface. Now, when you get to Power Query, we have the Home tab where you will see your some of the ribbons here, like the manage columns. You will see sort, split columns. You will see combine, a lot of interface here. By the time you get here, you have to come and explore them. We have the transform tab and we have the add column tab. Then we also have the view tab. If you are using Excel 2016, you will not have all this, you will not see all this thing there. You won't see column quality, you won't see column profile, you won't see column distribution. If you are using Excel 2016 or maybe even below those Excel version, you might not see this thing. So if you did not see them, don't come and say, hey, the tutor used something else. I cannot see this thing in my own. It's because of the Excel version that you are using. And that is why we encourage you guys to open Office 365 developer account. But the issues around that is from Microsoft, not from us. So please, if you did not see it, it's fine. We can still manage it and use what we have. Now, you will see the view where you can do your column distribution. You can see, you can do a, exploratory, just look at what your, columns is talking about. You can do column quality to check, whether your columns, whether they have errors and all. You can do column profile to do like a summary statistics as well. But like I said, if your own version of Excel did not have this, but it's fine, don't worry yourself. The only thing that I know that your own version will have, it will have formula bar. In case your formula bar is not showing like this, just go to your formula bar and tick your formula, check your formula bar. You understand? Just check your formula bar, then you have it. Now, let me explain transform tab and add column tab a little bit. I will just do a summary. All these things, I believe that you will still do it in Power BI as well. But let me explain a little bit for you here so that by the time you get to the Power BI, you will understand better. Now we have transform tab and add column tab. You will ask question, or you will be curious to understand what is transform tab and add column tab. What are they doing? What is the function of those two tabs? You will see that there are some things that you see in the add column. You also see them in the transform tab. You will be wondering that why should I use transform? Why should I use add column? They are actually doing different things. They are not doing the same thing. And I will explain why. Now, let's assume that I don't know the best illustration I'm going to give to this, but now one thing about transform tab is that when you are using transform tab, it means that the transformation that you want to apply, you are applying it on the column selected. Hello? The transformation you want to apply, if you use transform tab, it means that you are applying that transformation on the column selected. But if you are using add column, it means that you are not applying it on the column selected, but you want to create additional column for it. I'm going to show you, some illustration, some examples of add column, when to use add column and when to use transform tab. We will do some of these examples as we move on. So, but I need to just explain to you, transform tab and add column tab, they are not doing the same thing. So, Abisola, let's transform this request by, I think I have this table one. Let me delete one of the table because it was when I loaded it the other time. So let's just stay with this table 2. So I don't know what I should call this. You can rename you can rename your table. Maybe I don't know what I should call this now. Let's just call it let's call it what should we call it? Should we say sales? It doesn't look like a sales. Let's use any name. Let's just call it sales. You can rename your table. So under your query settings, under properties, you can rename. Hello, can you guys still hear me clearly? Bisola, Victor, can you guys hear me clearly?
From my hand, I can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay, good. So in Power Query, there is nothing like Control Z, like Control undo, taking a step back, the way we normally do it in Excel. There's nothing like that. So in Power Query, what we have is apply step. What did I say we have? We have apply step. You can take a little step back to wherever maybe you made a mistake and you want to go back. So instead of doing Control Z, there is no Control Z here. We use apply step. So as time goes on, I'm going to show you how the apply step works. So now, Abisola wants to transform this data. You want to remove unwanted character. You want to remove this QDT here. You want to do a little bit transformation and send this data back to his boss or her boss, so that they can start analyzing this data, and it will make sense to his boss or her boss. So now the other ID here, the name is not properly. So let's rename it. So how do you rename? You can just highlight it and let's call it other ID. So that's proper naming, other ID. So we have this discount band. Now we have I and we have one character beside it. So how do we remove this character? How do we remove it? So in Power Query, there are a lot of ways we can remove it, but I think the fastest way to remove this is just to use replace value. You can just replace this value. So let's see how we can do this. So I'll click on replace value. I'll click on replace value. So okay, hold on. Let me show you something. I think I didn't mention that. So for you to do replace value, if you go to your home tab, I think under your home tab, if you click on this particular column, you can see under the home tab. Can you see under the home tab? You can see the replace value here. Or another way you can also do it is that you can right click. You can right click on that particular cell that you want to replace the value and click on replace value. Either one of them, you can do that. So I'm going to use just right click and so now value to find. Which value am I looking for? So I want to replace this character, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to remove everything here and I'm going to do space here. I'll just put a space here, then I'll click on OK. So can you see that I have removed that particular character that is there? It's no longer there again. Can you see? So that I put a space beside that thing, and I'm very sure that the first speaker tell you about trim, talk about clean function. You can also use all those functions here as well. So I'm going to come here and I will go to under split no. We have, let me see, transform. Okay, under the transform tab, so you can go to format, you can see trim. Trim is used to remove a leading space. You understand? When you have a space in between, or you can use the trim to remove them. So you just trim the character and everything will be fine. So you can see I have trimmed it and everything is fine. Now, like I said, there is no Control Z in Power Query. Now, what if you made a mistake and you want to go back, you want to take a step backward to what you have done? Under your apply step, you can just see this icon here. You can just take a step back, and you can see that this unwanted character is now there back again. So let's quickly remove it. Right click, replace value. Let's quickly do what I did the other time. So I'm not even going to put anything here. I'll just, so can you see it has clean? So that's fine. So now what about the segment? So the segment here, we have, QDT in front of all these, and it's not making sense to the manager. So how do we clean this? So go to your segment and go to your transform. Now, don't forget I told you about transform tab and add column tab. When should you use transform? When you want to use transform tab is when what you want to transform, what you want, it's just like saying that a lady that wants to go to a party, the lady that is going to a party that you want to put on powder, he's not applying it on someone else's face. He's applying it on his own face or on her own face. So now, transformation tab is applying, transformation on that particular column, not on another, another column. So now, whenever you are using transform tab, make sure that, what you want to transform is on that particular column. I told you that I'm going to show you when to use the hard column as well. So now on this segment column, I'm going to, we want to transform this, particular column. We want to remove this, this QDT. Now, another way we can do is that we can do replace value, just like the way we did it for this one, but I'm not going to use that method now. I will use another method. So what method can I use again? So I can use, we can use extract. Yes, extract. We can extract. You can extract. So now you can see text before delimiter, text after, those functions that you have been taught earlier. You can also see them in Power Query. So you can see how powerful Power Query is. You understand? So here now, I think the condition here should be what we want to extract is what? Text before delimiter. Because if you see all this thing here, the dash hyphen here is what is looking like a common things between them. So I'm going to use the text before delimiter. So what is the delimiter? Delimiter is an hyphen, and I'll click on OK. So can you see now that I have extracted, I have removed the, the nonsense of that QDT that is affecting our data not to be, well structured. So, when you are done with your transformation, everything is fine, everything is good. You can now, go back to your home and tap and load. Now, let me show you another thing you can do in Power Query. If you want to do a quick analysis, you want to summarize, you want to do like a summary statistics, you want to know, okay, what is the total discount that we, want to know the total discount, you want to, what is our total discount here? You can go to your transform tab and go to, you see everything that we have here, text column, number column, we have date and time. They have different purpose. They have different uses that they are being used for. If you click on text column, can you see that number column, everything here is graded, is not, you cannot even pick anything here again. You can't pick anything. Can you see everything is graded out? The same thing when you click on discount, on discount column, you will see that there are some things that you will not be able to use under the under the text column as well. You won't be able to use them because they are numbers. So that's another thing that will take me to data type. Data type is very, very essential. I don't know whether they have mentioned it earlier in previous class. Data type, as a data analyst, it is very, very essential. You must understand data type. You must know the data type that you are working with. Is it text? So how do you detect data type? So when you click on under your transform tab or home tab, so I think under the transform tab now, under the transform tab, you see data type. So we have different data type, but the most common one is text data type, number, and date. Those are the three major ones. But as time goes on, you will see that we have a lot more than those three. We have the currency, the percentage, date, time zone, duration, binary. We have all these data type, and you must specify which data type you want to use, because as a data analyst, like I said, especially when you get to the SQL part, you will know that data type is very, very essential. You understand? It's very, 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 very important as a data. You must know your data type very well. So these are the data types that we have in Power Query in Excel. You have the decimal, currency, whole number, all these things. Now, this discount is a monetary stuff. Is a monetary. We can't just leave it as what? As one point, as a whole number. Is a monetary stuff. So we can change the data type to what? To currency. You can change it to currency. So you can see now that the data type has been changed to currency. Now, this is not Excel. In Excel, you will be seeing the $ to be in front of everything. No, here is a data type. This is called a data type. It is not a formatting. We are not formatting this cell. What we are changing is a data type. We call it data type. You understand? So we call it data type. Other ID, by the time you start getting used to analysis and all, other ID is something that, we cannot analyze this data. This particular 1, 2, 3, 4, it is just a description. It's not like we need the values there. So you can decide that, okay, I want to change my other ID to a text because we are not analyzing it. There's nothing meaningful with the ID. ID is just like a unique identification. I cannot analyze based on an ID because it doesn't make sense to a business user. So we can change this to a text data type. So you understand? When you change it to a text data type, by default, I believe that everybody knows Excel. Your text is always on your left-hand side, while number is always on the right-hand side. So when you change your data type, you can see that this is ABC. The data type have changed to what? To text to the left-hand side. While if it is a number, you will see it on the right-hand side. So that is introduction to the Excel Power Query interface, how the interface look like, and as time goes on, I believe if you continue your journey in the data space, or especially in data analysis space, you will get to know more about some other functions or some other attributes of Power Query. So now when you are done cleaning your data, you will now go to close and load. You can see close and load. You can see close and load to. Now, close and load to is specifying, it's telling you that can you specify where exactly you want to load to. But if you choose close and load, by default, it's going to take you to the Excel interface directly by default. You understand? But if you choose where you want to load to, it's going to ask you, is it pivot table you want to load to? Is it pivot chart? Or you want to load into models? You want to create a models? Just like the way you have, I don't know, maybe, I know some people on this call, they are not a novice, some are not beginners. We have people with experience as well. So, you can take it and load it and create a model, but my topics today is not, we are not talking about creating models here. You will do that in Power BI. So I'm just going to click on table, I'll load it to the table back. So it's going to load. So can you see now? So this is our old, can you see our old, data, and we can see our new data. Now this is now clean. You can now start analyzing this data, because it is now clean. Please, do we understand so far? Abisola, Victor, Emmanuel, any question so far? Any question? Let me just like 1 or 2 questions from the audience. 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, so from my end, some people feel that you're kind of fast. So
really fast? Wow. We have a lot to cover. Anyway, okay. Any question? Any question? Maybe I'll take it slow a little bit. Any question? Any question? Do you have any question from the maybe from the audience or anybody raising hand to ask questions? 1 or 2 questions. But if you are fine, then it's fine. You can continue.
Okay, so we have some questions here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have some questions here. So someone is asking, okay, I guess the person was not following you. So he asked that he or she did not get how you loaded the data. 1, then please, Kira, but drop your question in the chat box. Or do you want me to unmute them, Folorunso?
Just one person is fine. One person. If just read the question for me from the chat, then one person can just unmute, then we can move on. Yeah.
Okay, so someone is asking why the old table is still showing. I missed the discount band clean. Oh, if you missed cleaning, oh, okay, I guess this person missed some of it. I'm not sure we have so much time. Okay, someone is asking that you wanted to show how we can get the total discount from Power Query, then went on to say other things. So they said we were trying to show total discount. I suggest I just allow some access to mic so they can ask their questions one after the other.
Okay. I think I get the person question. Okay, so let me quickly answer that person. So the reason why this old is still showing here? The reason is because this is the data source. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something quickly. If I come here, so let's see I'm going to show you something now. So can you see this data now? We have 662. We have 662. This is where it's stored. Can anyone confirm? Bisola, can you confirm? This is 662, right? Hello?
Yes, it's 662.
This is 662. Okay. Now, if I go back to my data source here, if I come here and I put 663, and I put, let me say I just put like 50.5, and I say this is, let me just say, I'll just copy this one. Sorry, let me just do this one. Control C, I just paste randomly here, and I put this one as, let me just put this one here, and I put it here. Now, can you see that this is, or let me do, okay, this is fine. Now, this is the data source. If I go to my sales, the new table that is here, can you see this new table that is here now? If I come here and I go to my data back and I go to my queries and connection here, so can you see? Now, if I refresh this stage, click on, and I scroll down, can you see now that we have, I didn't do anything, no. The Power Query everything that I did in Power Query, that I didn't go to the Power Query back. I didn't go there. Can you see that we have 663 here now? And anyone confirm this? Bisola, anybody? Can you confirm? Hello?
Okay, Emmanuel, I want to confirm from your end. Emmanuel, please confirm.
Yes.
You can see now the reason is because the data source must remain, it can remain the way it is. You understand? This is the data source. The data source can remain where it is. Whatever you claim, whenever a new data is coming, your boss, the way you normally send data to you is this way. Your boss have his own way of sending data to you. This is how you normally send the data. It is not expected that you connect to that data source. When you connect, do your transformation. You don't have to, if your boss now have another data tomorrow, are you going to start doing the data cleaning all over again? It's not necessary. Just, the same format, just come and refresh and everything will be fine. You don't have to, this is what they call automation. You don't have to keep doing the whole process, all over again. You don't have to do that. You understand? So that is that on that part. So to the next question that the person has, I actually want to do something around, so let me go back to the Power Query. So how do you go back to Power Query from the front end? You understand? So you can right click here, then click on edit. Click on edit, it will take you back to the Power Query. Okay, so let me quickly, I think I just want to show, if for example, maybe we want to do like a summary, you just want to do like a, statistics, you want to know the total discount that we have. If you go to your transform tab, you go to statistics, you can quickly do like, sum, that's what I want to actually show. So you can see the sum of the discount that you gave. So this is just like a summary statistics, you understand? So we are not doing anything with this data. We just want to know the sum of this, just know you get. So you can do, go to the discount, you want to know the average, you can do average, you understand? So you can do average as well. We have average of, $12,000, discount. So that is exactly what I just want to show you the other time, how you can do a little bit of, descriptive analysis from your data before you now go to do your analysis. Okay, so let's close and look back. Okay, I think one more question, then we will move from this place. We can omit one person then. I think I've answered the person question, the first question. Bisola. Hello.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so I think let me hear one more question then move.
Someone was asking the data is larger. Are we going to use the same method, the same Power Query method?
Okay, So
to clean the
if
data.
okay, so if the data is large, so if the data is large, let's assuming that, well, I don't know the number of large data the person is talking about. If you are talking about, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, Power Query can still do it. You understand? Power Query can transform your data. If you are talking about 5 million, yeah, I think 5 million, Power Query can still. But if you are talking about, let's say, big data, big data like 10 million, 20 million, 50, 100 millions. I don't think Power Query will be the best option to use. You can go and use database, SQL, use Python, use some big tools to do that. So I think that's my answer for that. Let's move quickly. Okay, so
let me quickly ask this last one. Yes. So, sorry, let me just quickly ask this one. It seems like a straightforward question. So the person is asking that, is it possible to insert or replace special character in Power Query if necessary, instead of deleting character totally, like the one in front of I under the count column? If it's possible to insert or replace instead of deleting.
is it possible to insert, or I didn't get the question very well. The question is not clear to me.
So the person is asking if it's possible to insert or replace special character in Power Query if necessary, instead of deleting character totally.
I think that's what I did. I think that's what I did. I replaced, and
exactly.
that's what I did. Replace value.
Exactly.
Your question. The question is not like. I think that's what I did. I replaced value.
Let me just ask
but
this
I
last
didn't
one.
delete
Really.
anything.
Yes. If the person was following, they should have seen that. So the last question I think we should ask for now is that, when do we identify the need for cleaning data? Can you give some tips? Okay.
How do we identify?
Like, when do you identify the need for cleaning? Yeah.
When do you identify? Okay. So definitely, when you need to identify when you need to clean the data is because, for example, now, hi, and I'm seeing, okay, let's just go back to this one. This I, it is a common, I don't know, let me a common sense to everybody to know that there is not supposed to be anything in front of hi. Hi is supposed to be hi. There's not supposed to be any character in front of it. So you should know that this thing, it needs cleaning. You understand? This QDT in front of channel partner, enterprise, government, these are something that, if you want to start analyzing this data and you are seeing QDT, you will be asking question, what is exactly all this? I don't understand the QDT in front of channels, in front of enterprise. Can you please explain to me? So as a data analyst, you will now be telling your boss or telling the stakeholder that, and that is how the data comes in, and QDT. Okay, what exactly is QDT now? And that is how I got the data. Now, how you got the data is not your stakeholders, palaver. It is you the reason why they hire you is to look at the data and identify errors, clean them, then present them in a way that, it's look more presentable to your stakeholders. So one thing about analysis is that you have to be a very, good thinker. Nobody is going to be telling you every time you have to do this, you have to do that. You understand? Nobody's going to spoon feed you in some cases. You have to just know that this thing is not meant to be. So you have to do a lot of reading on, how to do some analysis, data cleaning, maybe I will share some books, with you guys as time goes on, but that depends on the levels of participants I'm seeing on the call. If I'm not encouraged, I won't share any documentation or any books with you guys. So let's move on because we have a lot of things to still cover here. And this is like 1 hour gone. Okay, so that is one way. I have shown you how to, extract data, how to connect data from the Excel workbook itself. That is what I just showed you. Now, what if you are not connecting from the Excel workbook? Let's assume that you have your Excel workbook in your folder and you want to connect to that Excel workbook. How do you do that? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So anyway, anyone, you can open a new page. You can keep on using your existing one, anyone. So now I'm going to get data from Excel workbook. I told you the other time that from your get data, you can get data from different sources, from JSON, from PDF, from folder, a lot of other sources you can get. But I believe in Power BI, my colleague should, do justice to that. So now I'm going to get Excel from CSV file. I believe everybody knows a CSV file. When you are saving your Excel, you save it as a CSV file. So we are going to be extracting data from, from a CSV file now. So I'm going to click on CSV. It's going to ask me where my CSV file is. I'll go to my data, go to the folder that I have, it Power Query section. So let's start from the region table. So I'm going to let me just say a file. Okay. Let's leave it like this. So I will import it. So let's import this. So you have your data as a CSV file, right? You have it as a CSV file, and you want to take it to Power Query. Now in Power Query, this thing is now looking as a strange stuff to me. You understand? I don't understand what is going on here. Don't worry yourself. If you find it like this, just come here, click on Open As. Can you see? So Open as CSV. You understand? Open as CSV. I think it came in as a text file. That's why you are seeing it like this. So just open it as a CSV. When you open it as a CSV, it should, let me see, or is it as a text? Let me see. Okay, as a text rather. It comes in as a text, not as a CSV rather. So it comes as a text, not as a CSV. So this is the data that your boss, sent to you. Now, to the person that asked me the question the other time, when will you know when to clean data? Someone sends you a data that's, from your own, nobody even need to tell you that this data is supposed to be, country. We have country, we have region, this data is not coming as, you are seeing Canada and 101. You are seeing France 102, Germany 10. Nobody is going to tell you that, okay, you can please, do this thing for me. If someone mistakenly send the data to you in any way, it is left to you to come and say, okay, let me clean this data. This is not how it's supposed to be. And in some scenario, your boss can tell you that, please, I have this data like this. Can you help me to clean it? You understand? If your boss understands what you want and he tell you, but if he doesn't understand what you want, he gave it to you and you look at it and, no, I need to apply some transformation to this thing. So now, what is the first thing to do here, and how do we clean this data that we have? This is our region data. How do we clean it? The first thing to do is that you can use your under the home tab. The first thing that I need to do is that we want to use first row. Country and region, they seem to be the header, but here is not seen as header. So I'm going to use first row. Use first row as headers. You understand? Use first row as headers. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing that I feel is that, okay, country is supposed to be in a separate column. Region ID supposed to be in another separate column. That's another thing that I need to do. Hello, Emmanuel, Victor, Bisola, are you guys still following? I hope I'm not too fast. Then someone said I'm fast the other time. So let me be sure that I'm not too fast. Hello? Hello?
I'm with you. Yes, I'm still recording.
Okay. I say, I hope I'm not too fast. That's what I'm asking. I hope I'm not too fast.
You say you're not too fast, and then that they are following.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, we can't see the screen. Probably it's your network.
Emmanuel, Victor, you guys, if you cannot see my screen, please let me know. You guys are the one representing, your colleagues now. Why Bisola is representing me? So if you guys cannot see the screen, please let me know so that I will share my screen. Or let me just do it. Let's for sake of, let me just do. Let me just stop sharing and share again. So I believe. If you cannot see it after now, then go and check your network. So Bisola, confirm you can see my screen now. Victor, confirm you can see my screen. Emmanuel, confirm you can see my screen. Okay, that's fine.
So now, keep saying, okay. Keep saying that you can't see your screen. Wow, I'm not sure. I guess it's the person's.
Okay.
So Victor, I'll unmute you now. I don't know what you're trying to say. Let me just unmute you.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Bisola. Hello, Bisola.
Yeah, just hold on 1 minute. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Victor was trying to say something. I just gave him access to the mic. So Victor, you have the mic, please. You wanted to say something. Oh, sure, please go on. I'm not sure he has anything to say for now.
Okay. So please, guys, just you don't have to raise your hand. Let's cultivate the art. See, one thing about one thing that we don't understand is that we're telling you guys to even come on this platform, to come to this class, is also a learning avenue. Some people, they don't even know how to attend meeting. You understand? They don't even know the habit, how will I say it now? There is a culture in attending meeting. When you are in a meeting, you don't have any question. Really put down your hand. You don't have to put your hands up. There is, all this thing there. Nobody's going to be teaching you all this thing when you get the job. Everybody's looking for a job. At the end of the day, you will start attending meeting, and there's some little things that you see that it's happening, and people are taking conscious of all those things. Some people, they will just join meeting. They will not even mute their mic. They will just, you need to start cultivating those little habits. Some people, they will raise their hand. When you speak, put down your hand. When you want to speak, put your hand up back. You understand? So let's start cultivating all those little. Nobody's going to teach you all these things when you get the job. So a lot of people will say they don't have job. They get job, they get sacked after some weeks. All these little things, we need to put them in, in action. So now let's go back to our, data. I feel like the best way to do this thing is to use so now this is where we are going to use our hard column. Now in this scenario, you cannot use your transform tab. You can't use transform tab here, because what we want to do here, we can still use transform tab. We can still use transform tab here. We can use transform tab. Yeah, it's fine. We can use transform tab, because what we want to do is that we can say we want to split the columns. You understand? We can split the columns into separate. So we can use the transform tab. So here I'm going to say split column.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut in. Hello, I'm sorry to cut in. Some people are complaining that the screen, can you like zoom in a bit?
Okay. Let me see if I can zoom. I don't know. I don't know if I doubt if I can zoom. I don't think I can zoom from Power Query. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can zoom from Power Query. If it's a zero, you can just use Control plus.
I guess they're not doing from a laptop.
Yeah, maybe you're not using from laptop then.
Right,
so if you are using from laptop, that's why we encourage you guys to use your laptop, so that everything can be so clear and to you guys. But if you watch the recording, I think you should be able to grab it. So now you can use your transform tab. Just go to split column. You can split by delimiter. You can split by different options. You understand? So let's split by delimiter. So I'll click on delimiter. So what is the delimiter that we have here? So by even default, Power Query have suggested the delimiter for me already. So I'll just click on OK. Then you can see I have country here. I have the ID here. So I will just come here and I can rename them. I can call it region or call it country. Anyone that I want to call it. Let's just call it. Let's leave it as country. So this one I will call it country ID. So I'll just call this one country ID. So can you see country ID? Now, like I said earlier, you can look at the data type. This is just an ID. We are not analyzing anything with this data. It's an ID. It doesn't mean this is not money. It is not money. So anytime that something is not money, is not something that you can calculate, just turn it to text. So I'm going to change the data type to text. So you can see everything is fine now. Now, when you are done, go to your home tab and load, you can close and load or load to. So let's load it, close and load. So you can see, I'll click on OK. So when you click on OK, now can you see it is now clean? Can you see? It is now clean. Now, someone has a question the other time. Why are you seeing this text numeric? Why are you seeing it here? Can you see the region data here? It is not here. Can anyone tell me the reason why the data region is not here? Can anyone tell me? Victor, what's that? What's the Kirabo or Emmanuel? Can you guys tell me the reason why, or anybody that knows the reason why the region data is not showing the data that we load is not showing, is not showing here? Can anyone tell me the reason why that? Anybody? Anyone? Emmanuel, Victor, Kirabo, anyone that is, or anybody that wants to answer. I think someone's hand is up. Yes, all right. Oh, I hope Bisola is still here. Not sure whether Bisola is still here. Okay, so let me just unmute one person from my side. Okay.
Yes, I'm with you. I think people already have access to the mic already.
Okay, just help me to. I think someone wants to say something.
So I'm giving Toye on mic.
Okay, it's fine.
Toye, you have the mic. You can please unmute.
Can you tell me the reason why we? Can you tell me the reason why?
Yeah, because it's not loaded on the spreadsheet.
Thank you. God bless. That's just the simple answer. The data is from my folder. If I come here now and I edit this file, so maybe I added, okay, I don't want to, maybe let's just say let's say we added Spain. We just added Spain. Let's say we had Spain, then we do /forward, we do 105. We have 102, we have 105, 106. And I enter and I save this file. Then I close it. If I close this file and I come here, if I refresh here now, my region, if I refresh this data, it's going to show. Can you see? It's going to show directly Spain. I did not go to the Power Query. I just refresh. You understand? So that is, I'm just trying to, do a recap for the person that has the question why this is like that. So, we have some other transformation things that we can also do. So we have done region sales. Okay, so let's go back to our Power Query again. Let's load data. Let's load another data. Get data from where? From CSV or text. So let's bring in product table. Let's see what we can do there. Let's see what we can achieve there. So, when you are bringing data like this, you will see load transform data. In your own, if you do not see transform data, you will see edit. Again, pop, and then some people will not follow. Some people will not even watch the record. They will just say that I did not see this thing is not achievable. I cannot achieve it. Why? It's because you are not either in the class or you did not even watch the record. I'm saying it again. If you are using a lower version that is not my own version, you will not see transform data. You understand? You will not see transform data in your home. You will see edit. Edit means the same thing as transform data. If you click on load means that it's telling you that take this data to the front end of Excel. You understand? That is what it's telling you. But if you see transform data, it's going to take you to what? To the Power Query side of it. So I'm going to click on transform data now. I'm going to click on transform data. Now you see this our data now. Hey, this data is looking so messy. Can you even see from from the view itself? Can even see that we have some of the columns, nulls, values. The data just come in a way that I myself I don't even understand. Now I know someone that is a newbie will now start saying that I don't understand how to do this thing in Power Query. How will I clean this data? You understand? Don't worry yourself. You just need to understand how to do this thing. By the time you keep on practicing, especially with Power Query is very easy. It's very, very easy. You understand? It's very, very easy. So now we need to start looking at the data. Okay, how did I transform this data? What exactly are the things that I need to do here? Now, the first thing that I think that we need to do is that we need to remove all these null values because everything here is not looking so meaningful to me. Well, I understand the data, I am familiar with it. Everything is not looking so so well. So, but let's transform. So how did I transform it? So I feel like the first rows that I need is the first 6 rows that I need. So how did I remove every other rows that comes, maybe before or after? We have a tools here that we call, you will see under your home tab, under the home tab or the transform tab? Okay, under the transform tab, you will see, no, not transform, I think it's home. Under the home, yes, you will see keep rows. You will see remove rows. You can use any one of them based on your own thinking or your how you want to apply the logic now. So if I click on keep rows and I say keep top rows, I can say keep bottom rows. You understand? So I believe you guys will still do, some of these things, maybe a little bit of them in Power BI. And if you are not, because not all the topics will be covered anyway. I won't lie to you. If not everything is not covered, you have to do more readings on them. So let's do keep rows. So let's do keep rows. So that you will not say that Mr. Follow just said you will teach us when you get to Power BI. So I don't want to hold anybody. I don't want to put work on anybody. In case you are not taught, you have to go and do your own research, reading on it. So let's just keep the first 6 rows, and I'll click on OK. So can you see all the nonsense that we have below this first 6 rows? They are gone. They are gone. Another thing that is still bothering me is that we have this product brand and product size. Now, in product size, we have Excel, we have 8, we have 36. These things are not consistency. There is inconsistency in what we are having here. And we cannot analyze data like this. We cannot analyze data based on Excel, 8, 36, SSL, medium. We cannot analyze data like this. It doesn't make sense. So we need to do what? We need to remove these columns, especially this product and brand. Everything is null. We will remove them. Product size, let's remove them as well, because this is not making any sense to our data. So how do you remove these columns? So the best way to do this is that I'm going to right click here. So I'm just click here. I will select all these columns. So I'll select all these columns. Then I'm going to remove these 2 columns. So what I will do is that I'll go to my transform tab and I will go to home tab. You can see choose column, remove columns. So I'm going to say remove other columns. What it means is that remove any other columns that comes in afterward. You understand? This is just the only 2 columns, the 3 columns that I need. You understand? Product ID, cost, sales price. This is just the column that I need. I don't need anything else, apart from. Sorry, I think there's one other columns. I think I'm missing one column. Okay, product name, products. Okay. So I'm just going to say remove columns and remove other columns. When I remove other columns, can you see every other columns disappear? We remove them like that. You understand? So now we can check the data type, product ID. Like I said, product ID is always a unique identification. We cannot analyze anything with it. You understand? So let's convert it to a text. Cost, this is a monetary. We convert it to a currency data type. Sales is a monetary. We convert it to a currency data type as well. When you are done, the data is fine. Everything is looking good. You feel everything is fine. Then you click on close and load down again. You understand? So let's close and load. So we load that as well. Okay. Time is fast spending. Okay. So let's let's load another data. So from file CSV. So I want to just do so that for people that join the class late, at least you by the time, even if you mix some things from the beginning, me doing it all over again, you will get to understand some little things as well. So now we are moving to calendar table. Is a table. We the way as a data analyst, by the time you start working, they will teach you about normalization, how to normalize data. You understand? How to start normalizing, creating database on. We are not just going to be analyzing data on the old tradition, just one table. We start, all those kind of stuff. We don't do them anymore. So in a modern world, there's something called data normalization. So as time goes on, you get to understand all these things as well, data normalization and how. So now I have this my table. Another thing one thing about Power Query is that if you want to create a calendar table, you want to do some things that you want to see the month name, year name. You don't even need to be doing manual work and say, okay, how will I convert this one to year, month, the name. You don't need them. In Power Query, it's just a, click, just one click or two click, you are done. Within a few seconds now or minutes, we are going to create a calendar table that is going to look like a calendar for us. So now, we have a calendar table that I've extracted, ingested here. So I will go to, now this is where the hard column is going to play in. This is where the hard column is going to play in. So under the hard column, I'm going to, I will click on hard column, then date. So because I want to create a new thing from the existing table, it's just like saying that a mother is giving birth to a child or, to a new stuff. You understand? So that is the way hard column works. Hard column is just like giving birth to something new from the existing data. So now when you click on hard column, go to date. I want to create a year. Maybe I want to, year. I'm going to create a new year. Can you see year? From the date column again, under the hard column, I want to create, month name. I want to extract the month name of month. Can you see? I hope I'm not too fast. Hello? I hope I'm not too fast. Hello, can I get a response? I hope I'm not too fast. Bisola,
Emmanuel, please.
Okay, I can
go Angela, I'm muting you now.
Okay.
Angela, you have the mic, please. We need your feedback.
Please, on the previous table that we did, that you just did now, I want to ask a question. Can you just delete all those null values on your own without consulting the stakeholder? What if those values were omitted, that they can easily give you to impute it back? Is it right as a data analyst to take the decision of deleting values without consulting your stakeholders? So that's what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Okay, so that's a nice question, and I think it's a nice question, and that's a nice observation as well. So one thing about, as a data analyst, you must, have the ability to ask questions. You can't just work in I told people that as a data analyst, you don't work in isolation. You can take data from Kaggle, from World Bank, from anywhere, and do it alone, delete any columns. But if you are working in a real life scenario, you cannot do that too. You have to, ask questions from your bosses. Okay, this data that we want to analyze, what exactly do we need in this data? What are the things that we need to remove? You will ask questions. Me, I'm doing it because I am familiar with the data. The data is not a real life data. I can remove it because I know that it doesn't affect, my analysis. But if you are working with a real data, with a real-time data, you should ask questions from your superior or from your client or whoever that you're working with. Okay, can you explain to me what exactly are these rows for? If the person says that it's, they will definitely explain to you what they are meant for. If it is something that they don't need, they will tell you, just remove those stuff. They are not useful for our results. You understand? So definitely you will ask questions from your stakeholder or whoever is in charge. Okay, so I think I've answered that question, Bisola, right? Hello, Bisola.
Yes, you've answered.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, that's fine.
If someone says something like, why did you remove product size? That he or she feels that it's part of the data set that is valid, which
why did I
information to the
why
data
did I
set.
remove why did I remove what?
Yes, why did you remove product size?
Product size, okay. So let me
Emmanuel,
go
you
back.
have the mic. Please ask your question.
Okay, it's fine. Let me no. Don't worry. We don't really have much time again. So don't worry. Let me. I think I got the question already. So let me go back. Let me go back again. I think I already explained it. Now, because I know this business, I know this business very well, and see this particular column, product size. Can someone tell me what you can analyze with this? When you have medium, you have SSL, you have numeric, you have 36. So can you tell me the category that 36 belongs to in numeric? Okay, even if you know the numerical value, but there is no consistency in the data that you have here. I don't know whether someone understand where I'm coming from. The reason for me to remove it is based on, management decision that, okay, this particular product size is not as useful in the analysis. I am not removing it because I feel like, it is not important. It is because I feel like, okay, from the management, when I talk to the stakeholder, they tell me that, okay, product size, we are not analyzing anything. What do you want to use product size to do? Just don't give it to us in your analysis. You understand? If you want to clean this data, this product size, if you want to maintain, okay, now let's make everything to be what? To be numeric. Now, 8 can be what? Can be small. Abi, we can change 8 to small. To like, let's change everything to text. You can just come here now and do a replace value. Just what? Okay, turn it to what? To small, right? You change it to small. 8 will turn to small. Wherever there is 8, it is small, right? You can see. Now, let me tell you one thing mistake that most people always think. They always think that, data cleaning is in one direction. It is not in one direction. The way I clean this data does not mean that when you have your own data, you have to clean it the way I clean it. No. I think that was one thing that most people always, maybe the way people explain things to people, they don't explain it in such a way that you don't have to do it the way I do it. It doesn't have to be like that. You see the way I'm thinking now, I'm thinking that, okay, what way can we even make sure that we have this information in our data? But like I said, the management request is that they don't need product size. That is why I remove it. I'm not saying the data is not valuable. I can make sure that, okay, everything is clean. Maybe 36 is what? 36 is large. Let's just, even if you want to maintain it, if you want to maintain that particular column, you understand? Let's maintain it. 36 is large. Let's say SSL is extra large. Sorry, let me just replace. No, this one is what? Extra large. I'll just change everything to, let's just change this one. Extra large, right? Extra large. Then this one, let's just call this one too small. Let's call it small. So like I said, there is no one way. Don't think that the way Mr. Folorunso cleaned this data, that is the way I have to clean it as well. No, you don't have to do it the way I did it. You understand? This one does not even have any value here. You understand? So let's just, I'm not going to put anything there, but I can remove this one. Let's just go to home tab, then let me just remove column. So I remove this one. So the product size is still here. You understand? So like I said, nobody tell me, oh, you have to replace this one with small, large, extra, medium. I'm just using my own initiative. You understand? So nobody's going to, some people, you have some work. Nobody's going to tell you how to go about it. You just have to develop your own thinking on how to analyze the data or how to clean the data. You understand? So that's that. So let's quickly look at some.
So Folorunso, we have sorry because we have like 28 minutes to the end of the session.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And before we share attendance, can we go ahead and share attendance?
You can put it on the you can put the link. So while I'm taking
the link,
class.
only the link, not QR code.
For now, just share them the link, so that
the
the couple of them will. So, but by the time I'm done,
so guys, please watch out for the chat box.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so while the attendance is going on, please let's pay attention as well to to the class. So we have there's a lot of things we can do here, but because of our time, I have to move on quickly. So let's quickly look at some other things that we can do. So from the Power Query itself, we can ingest data. We can ingest data from the Power Query itself. So on the right hand side, you can see new source. So from your new source, you can see you can ingest data from CSV. You can see all this one. So now I'm going to ingest data through. Okay, let's just read the text CSV. I will go to my Power Query section and I will go to sales data. So I will bring in my 2022 sales data. I will bring in this data When you are connecting data from Power Query itself, you don't need to go through the transform data because you're already in the in the Power Query already. So you can see 2022 data. I'm going to click on the new source again. I'll go to my CSV file. I'm going to bring 2023 data. So I'm going to bring 2023 data. So now I have my two data here. Now these two data, 2022 and 2023. Sorry. So why 2022? Okay. Sorry. Okay. So let me just hold on. Let me check something here. So, okay. So let me see because I'm seeing one error here. Let me see if I convert it to text. Place current value. Okay. I'm coming. I will still explain all this. Just hold on. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so let me bring this 2023 data in again. Let me bring it again. So, so from our new source, you go to your folder and bring in the data. Bring in your data. So now from our data here, you will see that we have 2022 and 2023 data. Now, what this means is that you will see that 2022 data, it is the same information. If you check our column, your order ID, region ID, product ID, segment, units, everything here, they are the same thing with what we have in 2023. Can you see? Everything here is the same thing. It's the same thing. The only thing that differentiates them is that this one is speaking to 2023, while this one is speaking to 2024. Now, what if your manager gave you 2 different years of data and they said that, can you analyze these 2 data? Are you going to analyze one 2022 and analyze another one 2023? It doesn't make sense. So you need to what? You need to do append. You need to append those data together. You have to what? It just not, I won't say merge, it's not merge. It is called append. You understand? When you are stacking, a data upon themselves, you are adding a data to themselves. So that is, we call it append here. So, but before you can append data, please pay attention to this part, because in your quiz that you're going to do, this particular question or area is going to come out. You understand? And it doesn't make sense when you are seeing you're having a low score. You understand? Please pay attention to this bit. So when you want to do append in Power Query, you make sure that your columns are the same. Your columns are the same. If the columns are not the same, please don't stack them together. Don't use append. It means append cannot work. You understand? And make sure that the names, the data type, everything are the same. So if you look at our region 2022 data here, you will see that for our region here, we're even having some errors, because you can see from here, it's showing errors. So now you need to first even remove the errors. In your own case, I don't know, because that's where I'm having issues. In your own case, you might not have, the ability to remove error because of your Excel version. But if you can remove the errors, you can just see, remove errors. You can see remove errors. When you remove the errors, this data type in 2022 is what? In 2022, it is a text. Can you see? So you have to come and change it here as well. You have to change it here as a text as well. Everything that is your 2022, your column height, header must be the same. Order ID, let's rename it. This is order ID. You understand? Let's rename it. In 2023, it also comes the same way. You have to rename it as well. You have to rename it as well. Can you see? You can rename it as well. So I think everything is fine now. So everything is fine now, right? So the next thing that we need to do is now is to stack this thing together. And how do you stack? That means that you are going to append them together. So I'm going to click on 2022. I will go to my home tab. I will go to append queries. Under the append queries, you will see append queries or append queries as new. I don't want to, click on new one. I'll just click on append queries. So can you see? So I'm going to click on here and I'll click on 2023. So can you see? So I will just, stack them together. So I think everything is fine. Append queries. Now, if you check this data now, you will see that we have 2023 here. Can you see? 2023 before we only have 2022. So you can see we now have both data here. So you can see now. So when you are done, you load your data as well. So another thing that we're going to be looking at is the other one of append, which is merge queries. You understand? So we're also going to look at merge queries. Now, because we are working with relational database, because what we have done here, we have our product, we have our, we have our region, we have our sales. So let's just call this one all sales. We call it all sales. So this is not just 2022 data again. We have all sales. Now, I want to do something called merge. Merge is not the same thing as append. When you want to merge means that you want to add additional column. While append means that you want to add additional rows. I hope you understand. Merge is adding additional columns, while append means that you want to add additional rows. So let's quickly look at merge. So here now, let's assume that I want to analyze this table. I don't want to use the relational data source. I want to, find the name of the products. I don't have the name of the product here. So I want to merge them together. I want to see the name of the product here. In this table, there is no product name here. So how can I find the corresponding product name? So make sure that this one too is also is a text, because in our product table is a text as well. Is it a text? Okay, it's not a text. So let me change it here. Text. So make sure that is a text. So in our house sales now, I want to make sure that I want to have the corresponding name. In Excel, you will use what? VLOOKUP. That is what you will use in Excel. But here, you're not going to use VLOOKUP. So let's see what we are going to do. So I'm going to click on this table, all sales, and I will go to merge queries. And I'll click on merge query. When I click on merge query, it's going to ask me, which table am I merging together? Product table. Now, it's going to ask me one more condition. What is the relationship between the two tables? Product ID and product ID here. This is the relationship. Now we have join. We have the left join, the right join. By the time you get to SQL, you will do more join. But please, before you attempt today, before you attempt the quiz, do yourself a favor to read more on the join part, because we don't have much time. We just have about 15 minutes left. So I won't be able to cover much on that. But please, before you attempt the quiz, make sure that you read on the join part as well before you attempt the quiz. So you will see that we have the product ID here. So here I'm going to be using the left outer join. You understand? You can see the selection matches 613 or 613, and everything is fine. Now I'll click on OK. When you click on OK, you will see now that you can expand this table. So you can bring in the product name, sales price, anything you want to bring in. So I only need the product name. I don't need any other thing. I only need the product name. I don't need the prefix as well. I only need the product name. I'll click on OK. So can you see? We have the product name here. Can you see? So this is just like a VLOOKUP in Excel. So you can also do, the corresponding, everything you can do in Excel. I don't know, when it comes to data cleaning, Power Query 2 can also do the same thing. So you can just come here and, just do product name. Everything is fine. Everything is fine, right? Any question? Any question? Let me just, entertain two questions before I, do, one or two things to wrap it up. Any question? Any question? Any question? Bisola, do we have questions from the chat room? Olalekan I don't know
Okay,
whether you
so
guys
far,
have a question.
okay, someone just asking that you repeat merge, and I'm not sure we have so much time for merge, but then that was what the person asked.
Okay, any other question? That's the only question we have, right?
So we don't have so
Okay.
Yes.
It's fine. Let's, they came late. I think we started the class about 20 minutes after.
Okay.
So I am
Drop your
still sure
question,
that. Okay. Go on.
No, I'm so sorry. So I was saying that please you can drop your question in the chat box.
Okay.
I will not have to, trying to unmute everybody. It's going to cause so much waste. Take so much of our time.
That's fine. Okay, so let me quickly recap the merge queries. I'll quickly recap it because this part is also very important. Merge queries and merge queries. For you to pass your quiz, you have to understand this part very well. So I'll take it again. I will go to my apply step and remove all this one. So I've removed it. So now for merge, I have a table here. Now I want to analyze, I just want to work with this table alone. I don't want to, work with other relational data, which is the region and the products, right? Now, I have an ID here, right, which is product ID. I also have ID in the product table as well, which is product ID. Now, I want to use the ID here to bring in the product name from the product table to the sales table, right? So how did I do that? That's why I said that we are going to use the merge queries here. So how do you use the merge query? Merge queries is used to add additional column to your table as well. You understand? But one thing about merge query is that there must be a column in both tables that you want to merge that has, the same values. So now let's click on merge queries on our all sales. Let's click on our all sales, click on merge queries, right? So I will click on 20, that is product. If you want to use product, if you want to use region, or let's use region this time around, it's to still give us the same thing. So country ID, do we have country in our sales? Okay, yeah, sorry, region ID. Okay, it is called region ID here. Why it is called country ID here? But if you look at the values are the same thing. You understand? The values, they are the same thing. So we can still use it. This one does not matter whether the column header is the same or not. But for append, the columns header must be the same thing. But this one does not matter. What matters is the value inside it. Can you see? So now let's go on. So you open this. So country. So can you now see that we have our country here? You can see Germany, Mexico, we have the countries, that we have there. So that is how to do merge queries. I believe the person that has the question should have a better understanding. So we have two more things to quickly look at. Just hold on. I will entertain the question later. So we just have two more things to quickly cover. So within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, we should be done with that. So because I'm going to give you this as an assignment, so I want you guys to be able to do it. So let me quickly show you as well. So I'll just go to my this one will not just within 2-3 minutes. So quickly look at it. So let's look at transpose in Excel. I'm sorry, in Power Query. So let's look at transpose. So let's assume that your boss or your manager, your stakeholder, they bring in data for you in this format. You understand? They bring in data for you in this format, and you don't know how to analyze it. You don't know what to do. So and you know that okay, this thing, if I transpose this thing should be fine. So here I'm going to use first rows as headers. Fine. Use first rows as headers. Then the only thing I'm going to do here is just to transpose. So how do you transpose? Just go to your transform tab, then click on transpose. So can you see? Everything here, just go to home tab, then go to use first rows as headers, everything is fine. So please, your assignment is that I'm going to share you the data for transpose. So make sure that you transpose your data the way I did it, then share your results on on the Discord channel. So that's for transpose. So another thing that I will show you, which is the last thing that we'll cover for today, is unpivoting. how do we unpivot as well? So let's quickly look at it in Power Query, how we can unpivot tables in Power Query. So let's quickly look at this. Within 2 minutes, we should be done with this as well. Okay, so for this one too, we have some null values like this. So let's just quickly clean this. I'll go to my transform tab. Okay, let's go to on tab, keep rows. So that's keep top rows, which is the first 15. The first 15. Keep rows, then I think everything is fine. So now you see this data now. Let's assume that your boss, you want to analyze the data. You want to analyze it based on region or country. You can say Canada, France, Germany. How do you want to analyze this data? When they are seen as a what? As a column. You cannot analyze this data efficiently. So the best way to do is that you need to unpivot this, to unpivot this. So how do you unpivot? So the best way you can unpivot this is to change your columns here, your column header. You want to change it to row while you change the other one to. So let's see how we can do the unpivoting here because of our time. So I'll just right click here and I will click on these two columns. Then I will go to transform. I will go to unpivot columns. Then I will say unpivot other columns. So when you unpivot other columns, you can see what we have here. So we can call this one country. Then we can call this country. Then you can call this one, let's say unit sold. Unit sold. So can you all see? So please transpose and unpivot. You guys will use it as an assignment. I'll send the files to you. Once you transpose, once you unpivot, you can just send your screenshot, put it on the Discord channel, to encourage others as well to see that okay, we have actually done so. So that will be your assignment. While I will send you the quiz as well. Okay. So Bisola, do you have any question? I think I'm done for now.
Okay. So quickly, let me quickly talk about. I think someone sent a screenshot to the chat box. So I think on this sorry, I can't pronounce the name correctly. So he said, I don't know how I missed it, but the product ID is just giving me numbers only. And he attached it in the chat box. So his product ID column is populated with numbers. So I don't know how you actually missed it also.
Sorry, I didn't get that. The columns are the what?
The product ID. So I just made a reference to the message right now in the chat box. So I said the product ID is populated with numbers. So I guess on our own hand, it's not numbers. Probably it doesn't know how is the column is populated with IDs. It's numbers rather.
Okay, so I think I did the transformation, the data type change. I changed the data type, right? So change it to text. If it is number, change it to text. So that's what the person need to do. Just change
so
it.
So the last thing is that someone wanted you to just repeat. Yes, the transpose.
What is it?
Fast.
So I didn't get that.
So you're a bit fast when explaining the unpivots, and then they want you to just explain the transpose once.
Okay. So actually, I think I'm just trying to make sure that we keep to our time. 2 hours. People will not have excuse. So that people will not have excuse that the reason why we did not join class is because they take too much of our time. They say it's 2 hours and all. So we are trying to make sure that our 2 hours is 2 hours. So let me take it a little bit. Okay, for the unpivoting. So let's assume that you have a data set like this and you want to analyze this data, based on region. And you see that your region are in columns. You understand? They are in columns. You cannot analyze this data like this because, so your boss said that analyze it for us. I want to know country that have the highest quantity sold per product. Now, your columns are coming like this. You need to find a way to fine-tune your data so that it will be, it will be effective when you want to analyze it. So that is why I say that is where the unpivoting comes in. Unpivoting is just like you transpose, is like a form of transpose, but it is not transpose because when you want to transpose, you're not transposing the entire table. You are just transposing some part of the data. that is where the unpivot comes in. So now how do you go about it? So I just highlight these 2 columns, the 2 columns, and because tomorrow can come, we don't know. You might have more countries. You get, maybe someone just entered data, Spain, and they enter the data in the same format. So by the time you use, you use unpivot other columns. So whenever a new data comes in, it will, automatically Power Query will pick it up, and you don't have to go and do the whole process, in manual way again. Everything will just be picked up already. Understand? So that is why I pick these 2 columns. When you pick these 2 columns, go to your transform tab, and you will see unpivot columns, or you can even right click when you select those 2 columns. When you right click, you will see unpivot other columns. You understand? Unpivot other columns. So that is how I got this part, and you can rename it as what? Country. Then call this one units. Okay, I think that is. I believe that should be clear enough. Yeah, I think that should be clear enough. Bisola, is that clear enough?
Yes. So someone asked about the quiz. That should it be immediately after this session? Because you asked them to go read up about joins and.
No. The quiz is not like the way Kwelumi did his own. So the quiz is not going to be immediately. The quiz, you can, if you are a genius, you can. But one thing is that the quiz is time. Yes, it is time. You have just 30 minutes. I think it's about 15 questions or 20 questions. I can't remember the number of questions. Take your time. Go out and watch the recording once it is released. The quiz will be up till Friday. The quiz will be up till Friday. So I will give the grace, even if you did not attend the class today, we have just 135 people on the call. Watch the recording, do the quiz, and share your scores. Even if you did not score high score, there are some areas that you need clarity on, you can clarify it. But if everybody is just saying that they did not show the score, that means that everybody passed as well. So if there are some areas that you need to share your score so that we can see, okay, how far you have done. So the quiz will be open till, should we make it Friday? Yes, Friday, because there won't even be class on Saturday. Yeah, another announcement, please guys, there won't be class on Saturday. Class on Saturday. Some of our speakers, our facilitator, they have a speaking engagement in community work. So there won't be classes on Saturday. Again, there won't be classes on Saturday. I believe community managers will also announce that as well. Is there any other question? Any question? Both people that are raising their hand or people that are staying in the chat room.
I just want to know about when the quiz will be through. But then we'll announce it in the announcement channel for every other information on the quiz.
Okay. So please, have you shared the attendance? Have everybody taken the attendance? The QR code, I don't know if you have it. Do you have the QR code so that we can display it? We can share, but just make sure that you're able to share them the attendance. That is very, very, very important. So because attendance is
yes, I'll be pasting the link so far. So I guess people have been using the link. I've sent the link to the chat. I've sent it. I've been sending it over. So check your chat again. I just sent it again. Please check your chat box.
Okay. All right. Okay. So hello guys. If you are still on the call, so I have a special invitation for people that are in Oyo State, Ibadan. If you are within environment, within Oyo State, and even if you are in Lagos, yeah, I think I have one of my colleagues, Joseph, also. So that is the reason why we are not going to be having class on Saturday. So we have a speaking engagement in the community. There is going to be a global power platform where you can get to know more about some Microsoft products, Power Automate, Microsoft Fabric, Power Automate, Power Apps. So you can attend any of this event in your location. I think it's even across the world. It's not only in Nigeria. So maybe if you don't think that this is just a program in Nigeria, you can look in your own country, maybe in Kenya, Switzerland, USA, any country that you have. just search for Global Power Platform. So I think each countries have where they are hosting it. So in Lagos or in Nigeria here, we have it in different city in Lagos, Ibadan, or your Akwa Ibom. So, but for people in your state, I'll also be, I will be available. I will be present in Oyo. That is in Ibadan this weekend. For people in Lagos, Joseph will be in Lagos. I think the community manager too will also. So it's another means of connecting with people as well. So I've displayed. I think it is also part of the material that I sent, so you can check it if you want to attend. Or if you have friends, all these things is also an avenue for you to engage, meet people. It is not just about being, learning things in silo. You can't learn in silo. You can't learn alone. You have to mingle with people, ask people, let people share ideas with you, And we also said something again yesterday, that share your journey on social media. You understand? There's a testimony that people have gotten from that, people sharing their work, their job, because nobody will know you're a data analyst if you're not even showing yourself. You understand? The only way you can show yourself is by, you practicing and let people see that you can do this. I remember, is it not last year or 2 years ago, Don Jazzy signed someone as part of his record label. The only way Don Jazzy know that the person is because the person posted on Instagram, and he post maybe just do a freestyle or something, or do a challenge, and Don Jazzy send a DM and say, oh, I feel like you have a talent. The same thing works in our home field as well. If you do not you do not document your journey, nobody will knows you. At least I have gotten 2 or 3 job referral from LinkedIn. People just enter my DM and, oh wow, you're a data clinical. How did they know? It's because I'm posting, I'm engaging and all. So please, guys, let's ensure that we document our journey. We attend events. I'm not saying that you should be attending every event, but at least the one that are key, that are just attend it, so that at least you meet people, discuss with people, and So I think that is all. That's an invitation from from me. We can get to know each other too if eventually you attend in Ibadan. And in Lagos, I have my colleagues in Lagos that's also speaking, Joseph, and some other people as well. So that's that. Bisola, do you have any other things else you want to say?
No, it's our time is up already, and I've shared the attendance link in the chat. So if you can't see the link, probably you want to scroll up, maybe you missed it, but I've sent it, multiple times already.
Okay, so Bisola, just
and like,
let me check the numbers because of people that signed here, so that I will be sure that these guys. So let me check the list from my hand, and let me see the number of people that if okay, you can
also show the QR code from the link.
Okay.
If though I've been showing the link, but you can also show the QR code from your hand also.
I don't have. Do you have the QR code? I don't have the QR code.
I just shared it with you.
Okay. On WhatsApp.
I shared with you. Oh yes, on WhatsApp. Yes.
Okay, let me check.
I need your advice on this. So I think Fola Shade Akintayo said she wants to add access to the channel on Discord, but cannot access it any longer.
Tell her to send
so
you
I got an mail.
Okay.
Tell
her to send you a mail.
You can hear. Okay. All right.
Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see the QR code now? Can you guys see the QR code? So if you have not signed, if you have not signed in before, you can just scan the QR code. We have about 135 people on the call, so we expect at least everybody should sign the attendance before you leave. So make sure you sign the attendance. It is very, very important. Maybe next week I'm going to explain why attendance is very, very important. I will explain that to you guys next week. So that I don't think that they are taking attendance just for taking sake. There's a purpose for this attendance, and I'm going to explain why. Maybe on Sunday, there is no class on Saturday, but I think there should be a class on Sunday, so I will get back to you on that. So please, if you have not signed the attendance, make sure that you sign the attendance. And please evaluate correctly as well. Make sure you evaluate correctly.
Okay, for Ifoma, I'm not sharing that invitation link. Yes. So these people actually claim that they were once in the community Discord channel and then kind of could not access it again. So,
Which
we're not sharing invitation.
Sorry,
no, I'm replying to someone in the chat box. So I was replying to Ifoma in the chat box.
So, Bisola, some people are raising their hand. I don't know. Did they have questions?
Okay. Man has been raising up his hand from the beginning of the call, really. So let me check. Okay. So I think the hands have been up for so long from the beginning. Imana has been. So Delvis, Emeka, I don't know if you want to say something. You have the mic. You can just unmute yourself. Delvis, Emeka. Okay. I guess the answers are just dead.
Okay, it's fine then, no problem. I think that's fine. So what's the number now? Can you check the attendance and confirm maybe so that we can just end the section also.
Okay. You mean number on the call? We have about 95. So people are already going off after marking the attendance.
No. I mean the attendance.
Okay. Okay, so I just sent you a figure on your WhatsApp. If you can just quickly check. Okay, you're sharing your screen. Please let's mark down in the chat box if you mark our attendance so that we can end the section. I'm not sure why we are sending our Gmail address. I'm really not sure. But that's Shade and then another person had some issues, and that's why I requested for their Gmail. So I'm not sure. I'm using my phone to connect. So Ifoma, if you have Discord on your phone, all you just need to do to connect to your laptop is go to discord.com on your browser, sign in with your username and password, your Discord account. Then you see all the servers that are on your Discord account. So it's not about showing you link. Just go to discord.com on your laptop, on your server. Oh, sorry, on your browser. The link to the attendance has been shared. I've just sent it again. So Mayo, I just shared it again. Yes. If I have answered, still waiting to link on my system, please. If you're using Discord on your phone, all you need to do is to sign in on your browser. So do that on your laptop. You just have to go to discord.com, sign in with your details if you can remember, and then you have your account. I hope that's fine. Wow. Do you have access to it on phone? Okay, let me just unmute you so you can express what's happening. Oh, I think you can stop recording. Are you following, Sean?
Yeah.
I guess we are done with
yeah,
you can stop recording, right?
Yes. Please stop.
Okay, all right. So I'll need to unmute Ifoma, but I'll just stop recording. Yeah.